Alright, so to see everything that happened to me regarding my injury, please see my YouTube channel, My Medical Nightmare. Back in May 2022, I tried to contact a doctor whose name appears on the top of my medical records that I got from a misdiagnosed x-ray. Now, Dr. Blake Thomas, MD, he was supposed to be supervising the nurse that facilitated this x-ray for me, Kimberly Kelly. In my x-ray, it was further analyzed by radiologist Dr. Anna Maria Eknick, outsourced through Xperity. I was told I had no injuries appear in this x-ray. I'll put the images up here and you can see that this was not the case. I have a translucent oval about 3 inches in diameter that appears here. And in other MRI and CT that I've had ancillary to this, there is evidence of broken bone in the underside of my skull and infection. This doctor's name appears on his state-issued Alabama medical license as Christopher Blake Thomas. Expiration date 12/31/2022. And yeah, after you listen to this call, if you are charged with extending this doctor's medical license or granting him a new license, please bear in mind what I'm about to present in this video. I found out that this doctor was physically based not at the AFC urgent care clinic where I had my x-ray done, but his practice at the time was located on the other side of Birmingham, Alabama, USA, at 3000 Cahaba Village, Place Suite 110, Birmingham, Alabama 35243. This is also technically the city of Mountain Brook, Alabama. Following my introduction, I will play both calls that I had with a gentleman who identified himself simply by the single name of Sadler, and that's spelled S-A-D-L-E-R. And he identified himself as the office manager of the American Family Care AFC Urgent Care. And when I asked this office manager for his first and last name, he refused to give it to me. Also, you'll hear in my other calls with AFC, almost all of the staff that deals with the public in American Family Care around Birmingham, Alabama, they are using pseudonyms, fake names, and nicknames. They go by single names. They don't use the first and last name. And this is unprofessional in business. This is medically unethical. Alright, so I have a major update in this situation. I did some research and I found out the true identity of the office manager, Sadler, of the Cahaba Village AFC Urgent Care. The person that I was talking to the entire time, this was Dr. Christopher Blake Thomas, MD. Alright, so here I'll show proof that the office manager and state of Alabama licensed physician, Dr. Christopher Blake Thomas, are one and the same individual. And you can verify this for yourself by going to the website of Birmingham, Alabama television station WVTM Channel 13. And I'll include the link in here. They did an interview with Dr. Blake Thomas, July 29, 2021. And there's video and audio of this doctor. And listen and watch this, and then go listen to my recorded phone calls. And it's the exact same voice. In this report, it was done by anchor Sarah Killian.
Infection, and that's why he's encouraging patients with these symptoms, whether they're vaccinated or not, to get tested.
Is not the time to be chalking this up to your typical, I get a sinus infection this time of year or an allergy flare-up. If you have any of those symptoms, you really should get tested because you don't want to find out after the fact that you were positive.
Now, Dr. Thomas.
Cahaba Village, how can I help you?
Yes, sir. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Sadler. I'm the office manager here.
Okay.
Cahaba Village location.
Yes, sir. I was waiting to talk to Dr. Blake Thomas, MD.
Okay. I believe the lady up front was talking with you, and I heard her say that
Is not the time to be chalking this up to your typical, I get a sinus infection this time of year or an allergy flare-up. If you have any of those symptoms, you really should get tested because you don't want to find out after the fact that you were positive.
And yet it's totally unacceptable that this doctor is allowed to operate in this location, not reveal his true name to people that he is speaking with, patients that had been under his care, such as myself. And yeah, another thing this doctor is doing, he's posing under different assumed identities, false identities. He is a doctor. He's not an office manager. People out here on the street, we don't have time to play these games with these millionaire doctors, all right? Up there on Highway 280, Mountain Brook, you think you got standards and you're protected by the illusion of wealth. As you'll see in many of my videos, what I've discovered trying to pursue recourse in a major case of medical misdiagnosis is that doctors and nurses out there, they're so used to telling people anything and getting away with it and getting by with it that they just keep on because they think they're not going to get caught. So in this clip, I call this American Family Care urgent care, attempting to speak to this doctor, and I am told by the receptionist that he is in clinic, which means that he was with a patient, and it turns out this was a lie. I'm then transferred to this office manager, who is in reality the doctor that I was trying to contact, hiding behind a false identity. And he also says that he heard the receptionist say that the doctor was in clinic, and that is true. And this is also a lie. So what you got here is evidence of a state of Alabama licensed medical doctor lying to people on the telephone, and staff working for this clinic also participating in a falsehood. And any patient who is interested in seeking medical treatment at this Cahaba Village AFC urgent care, you need to listen very carefully to everything that I say in this video. And please go see my other videos on my experience dealing with this place. They can be viewed at my YouTube channel, My Medical Nightmare.
Welcome to American Family Care. The right care, right now.
Let's see, how can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to get in touch with Dr. Blake Thomas.
He's currently with patients. Can he return your call?
Yeah, this is the third day I've been trying to call and talk to him. If I came down there in person, would you let me talk to him?
In order for you to talk to him, you would have to schedule an appointment, sir.
Okay, why won't he call me back? I got a misdiagnosed x-ray here.
I'm not sure, sir. I'm not exactly sure what the reason with your call is either. I haven't been here the past few days. But I can... What was the reason? What do you need?
What do I need? I was misdiagnosed, and your doctor's name appears on this report. I had head trauma, broken skull, almost died from this injury. Needed to be corrected, please. Sure.
This x-ray taken, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this was 2019.
Alright, let me go and see if I can get to him. And see if he can keep... You said you've already called up here?
I've been calling for the last 2 days. This is like so important.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I I feel you. Here, give me one
Yeah,
second.
the way it seems is the doctor's trying to avoid me, and I want to know what's going on with this stuff.
I doubt that's the reason, sir, but let me go ahead and speak to him.
AFC Cahaba Village, how can I help you?
Yes, sir. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Sadler. I'm the office manager here.
Okay.
Cahaba Village location.
Yes, sir. I was waiting to talk to Dr. Blake Thomas, MD.
Okay, I believe the lady up front was talking with you, and I heard her say that he's in clinic, and that is true. So, is there anything I can help you with? I